Today we are going to make some bacon chips. I saw this recipe on Instagram like a few weeks ago. I just don't remember who made it, but what you do is you take some bacon and then you dump it out on a cutting board. And if you guys saw me post the how to save your bacon hack the other day, this is from that day. So we're gonna cut up our bacon into little chip-sized pieces. And then we're just gonna throw it in the air fryer. Got my cookbook Saturday, used it tonight. Hey, that makes me so happy, Carla. What recipe did you make? All right, so we are chopping the bacon up into little chip-sized pieces. And then we're just gonna spread it out in the air fryer. What's up, Steffi? What's up, Dee Dee? What's good, Jen? And I guess this will take a minute. I'm gonna sit here and individually put each little piece, like peel them apart. Bought your new book. It's awesome. Hey, thank you, college student. Shout out to everybody who has gotten Carefree Keto. I think we had 23 reviews today, so if you guys got it and liked it, please leave a review. They are all so helpful. I get so emotional reading them too. Please say hi, I'm a fan of yours. What's up, Beauty Tornado? I hope you are having a blessed night. So I don't know if we can like stack these on top of each other. I'm sure we can, and if that's the case, why not just put them in like this? I'm always looking for ways to just embrace my laziness and do less work. So let's see if, well, these are actually pretty easy to peel apart. But I did put one in there that's like just straight up a row of bacon pieces stuck together. Put my review in tonight. Hey, thank you so much. What air fryer do you have? This is the Ninja air fryer. It's called Ninja Max, I think. We also have the Ninja oven style, and I don't have a preference for the brand Ninja. It's just what we've ended up with. I had the Instant for a while. I liked that. Although the Instant did give out on us. I'm trying to think of when. So it lasted us about a year and a half, and it eventually just stopped working. All right, I have to wash my hands and get rid of all the raw bacon stuff. And then we're putting these in the air fryer at 400 for, I don't know exactly how long, maybe 10 minutes. Maybe less, we'll see. Because they're such small pieces of bacon, it may take less time to cook, but we're going to find out. You could season them too. I bet ranch seasoning would be good. All right, so today we went and got Sophia's passport made. I'm gonna spray some of this on here. By the way, guys, I've been, all right, we've got this wiped off. So today we went and got Sophia's passport made, and the only mail place that was doing it was in this place called Wimberley. And it's like way down the road from us. It's like this, you're just driving through farmland pretty much. And it was such a cool little town. Apparently there's this swimming hole there that's blue. And we were gonna go, but then the trail was like blocked off, so we didn't. But we ate lunch at this really cool place. I'll show you guys what I got. So this is what it looked like. Like you sit outside. Oh, that was like one of the trees there. So you sit outside, and this is the entrance to the restaurant, and we were just sitting at one of those tables. And then we got this, was our appetizer, a caprese salad. And then we also got, I got this. I got a ribeye and some green beans. But it was such a fun time, and it was like we made a good day out of it, you know? Anna told me last minute that I had to go. I had plans to make videos today, and last minute she was like, Oh my God, you have to go too. We have to both sign this paper to get her passport. And I was like stressed at first. I was like, dang, I have stuff to do today. But then once we got in the car and we were just going, I was like, all right, I'm here. So we made the most of it and we walked around the little town. We went to the restaurant and it turned into a great day. Capers on salad, I eat that 4 times a week. Oh, nice, Didi. I just learned about capers last night. Sylvia, it was very yummy. The ribeye wasn't amazing, but the taste was pretty good. It was kind of thin. I just put your new cookbook in my Amazon cart. Can't wait to get it. Yo, thank you so much, Pam. That makes me so happy. I was thinking of making a recipe from the book tonight, and I have a Mexican stuffed tomato recipe in the book, which is good. If you guys have never done it, take a tomato, take out the middle, put some like beef, onions, cheese, jalapenos, whatever Mexican stuff you like, bake it, and then add guac, sour cream, and hot sauce, and it's so good. But the restaurant we were at had a turkey salad stuffed tomato, and I was like, you know what, that actually sounds better, like a cold stuffed tomato. So I was gonna kind of spin off of my stuffed tomato recipe in my book and do a chicken salad stuffed tomato for the live tonight, but I didn't end up getting around to going to the grocery to get the stuff to make that. College student, you want to make the Mexican pizza recipe. That one is amazing. What time do you start eating in the morning? I drink coffee an hour and a half after I wake up, and that's when I start consuming stuff too. So I wake up, I go on a walk. I think getting outside as soon as you wake up is the most important thing you can do for your sleep and just your happiness in general. Like, people who don't go outside just don't tend to be as happy. I mean, all of my happy memories in life, I really love thinking about my childhood, and I try to wonder why, and it's like we were just outside 24/7. So I think a lot of happiness is tied to being outside, and there's like science to support that because of how it affects your circadian rhythm and stuff. But I go outside for 20 minutes. It's easy if you have dogs because I just walk the dogs. And then I will come in and I'll try to get some work done, but usually I end up like just listening to an audiobook or like responding to DMs and stuff. And then I'll have my coffee when it's like been 90 minutes since I woke up. And I will have that usually with like, lately I've been eating these Ratio soft-baked cookies that are really good. Do you take any vitamins? If so, which ones, and how do they benefit you? So how I was talking about sleep helping, going outside helping with sleep, another thing that's great for sleep is magnesium. That's the most important supplement I take. I take a multivitamin too. I take fish oil. If you can afford it, try and get like a high EPA, DHA fish oil. And those are the ones I like. Primarily that potassium I take too. And then I take some nootropics. I made your breakfast bites today. My kids love them. Hey, let's get it, Jazzy. Oh, your job is outside. Nice. Or a shredded chicken stuffed tomato. So, Jay Razy, that's what I was thinking about with I was thinking about doing shredded chicken in like a chicken salad style. But are you saying you would like cook it that way? I think that would be good too. Yeah, Pam, tomatoes are great with cold salads in the summer. And here in Austin, it's basically summer already. Loving the new book. Hey, thank you, Lissa. Is the book available in the Netherlands, by the way? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the ebook, by the way, guys. So, all right, we're gonna shake it up a little. Some of the bacon on the top is cooking. We need a pair of thongs. So we're just gonna mix it up. so back to the ebook. So I uploaded the ebook to Amazon, and it's just not. It's been in review for like a week, so I don't know what to do at this point. That should be able to help the people who can't get it in other countries. But if that doesn't work, I'll give it like another 2 to 3 days. And if that just never gets approved, like I'll have the book formatter change it up a little and see if they'll approve it that way. But I just don't know why Amazon is still reviewing the ebook. What's up, Aaron? Breakfast egg cups were a huge hit. New family fave. Hey, I love it, Carol. Got a good one for you. Avocado oil, lemon juice, garlic, and salt in a blender. Then pour it over shredded cabbage. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm a big fan of cabbage. I'm not having wine. I'm drinking water. I don't know why I drink out of wine glasses. We either have small cups or giant cups, which I end up leaving the giant cups upstairs. So as an avid water lover, like I just love water, I drink out of these like gigantic cups, but we only have 4 of them, and I always leave them upstairs or in the garage or something. So whenever I run out of them, I can either drink out of a small regular cup or these bigger wine glasses, and I just end up drinking water out of these. Recently bought the Premier Shake, so I want to try it in my coffee. All right, starting your day with a protein shake is so beneficial. For your hormones, for like your hunger, and just so many things. And it tastes good if you get the caramel ones. I'm not a fan of the vanilla in my coffee. Some people like it that way. I'm not a huge fan of that. But if you can find the caramel, that is so good in coffee. I don't get the latte protein shakes because I don't need double caffeine. And I'm just not into drinking all of my coffee from that. I like K-Cups. Can you say hi to Ivy and Noel? Hey, what's up, Ivy and Noel? Yes, we are in Central Time over here. It's 8 o'clock. Going to try the cabbage bake this week, so excited. Melissa, I hope you love it. It's so good. Hey, shout out to Greg. I love keto too. Do you prefer the basket type air fryer or the rack type air fryer? So lately, I'm not gonna lie, I've been using the basket air fryer more often. I was in love with our rack style, the oven style air fryer. For probably a year and a half. It was my favorite thing in the world. And then I stopped making low-carb tortilla pizzas all the time, and now I'm just a fan of the basket air fryer again. So if I'm air frying things that are like oven style recipes, I like the rack style one, but for most things, if I'm just throwing some blackened tenders in there, or it's just easier to just throw them into the basket one. I don't know. What about you guys? I guess most people probably have a basket air fryer. I don't know a lot of people with the oven style one. Thank you for reminding me that the chili lime spice is a thing. Obsessed. Andrea, it's so good. So let's talk pancakes. What do you got that tastes good? I made some crepes the other day. They were pretty good. It was just cream cheese and it was literally just cream cheese and eggs, and a lot of people have made that recipe and called them pancakes. I don't think they're pancakes. People in the keto community have been making this pancake recipe for years where you blend up eggs and cream cheese, and listen, I just don't think they're pancakes. They're good, but they're not pancakes. So that's an option. It has a similar vibe if you put enough maple syrup on it. Exactly, Melissa. They are good though. So they're just not pancakes. But if you want to make actual pancakes, I don't have a great recipe. I just haven't tried it with almond flour or anything, but I think that's the route you would want to go. I wonder if you could use this new recipe I've been using. So instead of fathead dough, I switched over to this dough that's just easier because it's way less ingredients. You just mix Greek yogurt and almond flour. I wonder if you could make pancakes out of that. How often do you cheat and what do you do the next day? So I cheat on keto probably like once a week. I got to the point for a while where I was doing it once a week and it was a whole day, and that was not a good idea. And then I gained the weight, and then I started tracking my macros, and then I lost 15 pounds, and then here I am. And for a while, I was like doing once a month, and then now I'll have like a meal that's higher carb once a week. And I do it on a really hard lifting day because you do it when you have somewhere for the carbs to go. Although my birthday was a whole day of carbs. It wasn't just a piece of cookie cake. It was like a whole day. But like this past weekend I had like a little like tray of Indian food, and that was the carbs I had, and some rice. So I'll have like one meal once a week. But if you're at a place where you just don't love keto foods and you're struggling and you don't appreciate keto foods, I wouldn't do that once a week, because you're just going to remind yourself how crappy it is to be on keto, because that's probably what you believe when you're first starting out after you're used to eating like chicken baskets from Dairy Queen all the time. So you don't want to cheat that often when you're trying to acclimate yourself to keto, because the carbs just taste way better. It is what it is. I don't care how long you've done carnivore or whatever. You can never convince me a ribeye tastes better than something that food scientists have engineered to bombard the pleasure centers of your brain, aka fast food and junk food. It's like, it is what it is. But when you're first starting out on keto, you don't want to remember that. You want to stay on keto as long as possible and do kind of what I did, where I went 2 years without cheating. And it got to a point where I didn't think the carbs tasted better than keto food, because I had been in ketosis and doing keto for such a prolonged time that I just forgot how good the carbs were. And if I had a bite, it just wasn't the same. But then I started cheating more often, and now my view is like, yeah, I know the carbs taste better, but my habits are so strong after almost a decade of doing keto that I'm not worried I'm gonna just like quit, you know? The more you cheat, the more you cheat. Jazzy, that's true for everything in life. It's like the more you do something, the more you do it. It's like the more you move your body, the more you want to move your body. Okay, these are almost done. The ones at the top are for sure done. We're just gonna toss them around a little bit more. All right, so I was wrong about 5 or 10 minutes. These are like a 20-minute recipe, because the ones in the bottom are just not cooked yet. And I think I cut them a little too small. I wanted them to be like dippable chips. So we're gonna do, I think this would be like 23 minutes at 400. I just hate how I feel when I cheat. It tastes good, but afterwards I hate how I feel. That's another thing, Brandon. I felt hungover after my birthday carbs. So it was fun while it was happening, and I worked out to like mitigate all of the blood sugar spike, but you can't do much when you're just having a full out like bender. And that's kind of what I did on my birthday. And the next day I really felt hungover. So now when I do have those days, like occasionally, if it's once a week, I'll have some rice or something. I'm not going on a bender. I'm just like having some rice. And I think that is the difference. If you can't responsibly cheat, try to minimize your cheating as much as you possibly can. My cousin wants to know how you got over sugar attacks. He's starting tomorrow. Do you just mean like extreme cravings? I think the best advice would be to find keto versions of whatever you're craving and eat those. And you have to accept they're not going to taste as good at first. So do you guys remember like when I was a kid and I was just used to regular Mountain Dew and regular Coca-Cola, I would have a drink of the diet and be like, this tastes disgusting. And then you start drinking diet soda for a while and you just love it. And there are people who just love diet soda, and I now love Diet Pepsi. And it's so crazy to me that if you took a Diet Pepsi to me when I was 11 years old, I would have thought it was the most disgusting thing ever. But now I enjoy it. So you have to tell yourself that, all right, I'm starting keto and I'm craving sugar, and I'm gonna eat these keto treats to replace the sugar. In the first week or so, they may not satisfy me. I might think they have a weird aftertaste or whatever. And it doesn't matter, because your taste buds will eventually adjust. And for all the people who are like referencing this study that didn't even look at how much erythritol people were consuming, it's just like a very poor example of the mainstream media like running with a headline to get clicks that really is like bad science. I mean, all of the scientists I know have said that study is kind of like it just isn't convincing enough to affect anyone smart's opinion on erythritol. Like anyone who's smart, that study didn't change their opinion. So the thing is though, obesity has a massive, extremely massive risk in all areas of your health. Even if there is like some small thing, you know, what is it that is keeping you on track? And for me, it's being able to eat keto desserts. So don't let these people take away your keto desserts if that's the only thing keeping you on track. If you're hanging on by a thread and that pint of Rebel ice cream is the only way you're able to break your sugar addiction, just think about it. Obesity is, we see there, you don't need to find like one study to be like, oh, maybe obesity is kind of bad. It's like, it's killing so many people and it's right in front of us. Does eating more protein help curb your sugar cravings? So on that note though, eating protein is all like, because the original question was, what do you do when you get a sugar attack or a sugar craving? And eating a keto treat of whatever you're craving is a good idea, but eating more protein is a way to just prevent that from happening in the first place. Because what happens when you don't eat enough protein is your hunger hormones get out of balance and you're just hungrier. And if you're just coming off of a high carb diet and now you're craving sugar, it's like, it's hard. Yeah, exactly, Andrea. My thoughts exactly. All right, guys, the bacon is looking good. The thing that sucks about what I did with this like basket liner is the bottom of the bacon is just not cooking that well. So the tops of the bacon are crispy as heck. I think if you're gonna do this recipe, here's a pro tip: don't use the basket liner. I'll do like a few more minutes. So if you're gonna do this recipe in your air fryer, don't use a basket liner, which I actually think a lot of people don't even have these anyway. But don't use a basket liner. And also, put the bacon grease to use. So cook your bacon in the air fryer without a liner, and then put some veggies in there to absorb the bacon grease. It's so good. I used to do that all the time. Have you tried Nick's ice cream? Sandy, I love Nick's. It's so good. We eat the ice cream sandwiches all the time. They're a little high in carbs, but they're giant. You can probably cut it in half and just have half. They're like 9 net carbs. But if you cut it in half, that's 4.5, and they're really big. So I would 100% recommend the Nick's ice cream sandwiches. Bex, it just depends on your relationship to sugar. I mean, most people who eat sugar are eating like sugar and fat together. And the extra calories from the sugar could be the tipping point to obesity. And also, because it's like, it isn't great, you know, to just be eating keto desserts all day. It's just, it all comes down to how do these foods affect your weight, because that's the real driver of like all disease, you know? And it's just being overweight. It just, your body just wears down so much faster. So it's like the sugar and fat together, or the processed carbs and fat together, that is what junk food really is. So it's not that sugar is bad, it's just that pairing sugar with a bunch of fat and a bunch of sugar together is terrible. But if you can at least take away the sugar and just have like a high fat Rebel ice cream, you're like halfway out the door of junk food. And for a lot of people, just taking that half step away from junk food, even if it is an artificial sweetener, is way better than having sugar and fat together and just being obese. But if you have the ability to regulate your appetite and you're just fit as heck and you eat sugar, I don't think there's anything that wrong with sugar. It's just what is the outcome of sugar for most people, and it's usually not like that. I'm enjoying this talk like the OG days. I know, Liz, I like these recipes where we sit here with like food cooking for a while because we get to answer questions and talk. All right, these are for short on now. So these are more like giant bacon chunks instead of bacon bits, or instead of bacon chips, but I just cut them too big. All right, I'm taking them out and putting them on a paper towel on a plate. I think they'll still be big enough to dip. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to dip them in guac. I think that would be so good. I have a little cup of guac in the fridge that I'm going to use these with. Alright guys, so now let me grab the cup of guac. We get these at Costco. This actually expired today, or wait, 2 days ago. Alright, I'm getting the grease off of the bacon. I need a small plate. And I need a cup to put the guac in. I love this little dipping cup. Do you intermittent fast? I don't do intermittent fasting. I think it helps people lose weight because if you're just not eating from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., you're probably just going to eat less food throughout the day, and that's how you lose weight, is by eating less food. But all right. I'm just putting this guac inside of this dipping cup. And there's one more little scoop I'm gonna do, and then boom. And now we can take the bacon over. Aaron, you had this today. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. Hey, keto minds think alike. I bought the latest book, can't remember, is the peanut butter cookie recipe in there? So the peanut butter chocolate chip cookie recipe is in there, not just the peanut butter cookie recipe. Which you can just do the same recipe and just not put the chocolate chips and it will work. All right, guys, we did it. We made a plate of bacon chips. And let's taste the bacon. Crunchy as heck. So good. need a crunchier piece. All right, there's a piece of dust floating around. Let's take a picture of this. Laura, we are definitely taking a pic. Yeah, Bex, I wasn't blowing at you guys. I don't know what's happening lately. I've been noticing like little hairs floating around me. It's driving me insane. Oh, this picture looks great. Wow. Let me like swirl the bacon so there's like a little mountaintop in the middle. Or I mean the guac. Yummy, yummy. We need dessert ideas. I love following you. I have a lot of dessert ideas. That was actually my my New Year's resolution was to post more keto desserts. And I was started off great and then I kind of slowed down, so I need to get back on it. Yeah, Jazzy, I think we need to change our AC filter, you're right. I also think it's this shirt, McWatch. Yeah, they start floating around. It's this shirt. I must have been wearing it one day when I brushed Emma. And then even no matter how many times you wash it, it just never goes away. All right, guys. I'm gonna get off here. Patty, you can definitely have Greek yogurt on keto. All right, guys. This was fun. I was so late tonight, so thank you guys who hung out, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you. I believe in you.